It has been a crazy freaking week. If you see my previous video, I talked about how I had quit flipping houses, and it's been a journey to figure out what is next. You can imagine that I would love to do something fully remote, but the truth is that the market is completely flooded with a ton of people who want to do remote jobs. Especially now, we have currently a bunch of people in the federal space who are joining the job market. And so we have these people with a lot of experience going for lower level jobs, just making the job market completely difficult and overflooded. Now, with that said, we still got to pay our bills. So at the end of the day, I got to take what I can get. And so recently, I had decided that I needed to figure out how I was going to pay for bills, but also have as much flexibility as I can. I don't want to be working specifically 9 to 5. I was used to waking up early. And so in this video, I'm going to talk to you about that journey. We're actually going to the gym at 4:30 to 5:30 now, which has been absolutely brutal, plus working to pay some bills. So here's a look into that journey. Check it out. I'm currently working for a kitchen and bath remodeling company where I do all the construction scheduling, and you know, it's been a freaking week because I also run fundraisers for this company called Hourathon, which literally just like bringing the hype. That's what I do. So anyway, it's my first full week of working for this other company. But for Hourathon, I have only done 2 fundraisers so far before this week. This week I was scheduled for 3 fundraisers. And then yesterday was supposed to be my last one. But last minute I got scheduled for another one today, which today's Thursday. So this is my 4th one this week and my first full week of work. Guys, I'm exhausted. On top of that, I am the wife, so I have to cook for our family and clean and all that stuff. And I'm exhausted, to say the least. And I'm making this video because I just want to show the real and raw of the reality of sometimes adulting, dude. It's literally been 5 years since I've worked in an office. I've worked for myself for the last 4 or 5 years, and this is just so overwhelming. Literally on the way home from work today, because I'm getting ready for a fundraiser right now, I just started crying in the car because I just felt so overwhelmed. This is a lot to deal with. And I will say, when I first started the business, I was single. It was easy. I didn't have to cook for anybody. I could do whatever. I was a roommate, so like I had my area to clean, sure, but I had other roommates. They took care of themselves. But it's just different. It's just different once you're married, dude. You got like so much more on your plate. I never realized like how much more, I guess. This has been a struggle this week. On top of that, in the beginning of the week, I got some news that my dog was dying, and I was literally about to go into my first day of work when I found the news, and I just could not stop crying. And so it's been a week, to say the least. I wish I recorded a little bit more of it, but I almost felt like embarrassed to have to go back to a job, but I have to share the journey. This is my journey, and I have to share this with you guys because people just don't share the journey. And guys, we did well last year on a couple flips, but 2 flips in particular, when the market shifted. I mean, the whole year last year, the market was trending downwards, and at the end of the year, it just fell to the ground, dude. And unfortunately, we lost some money. And, when it comes to that, I got 2 options here. That's 4, but I got 2 options here. I could either go get myself more projects to potentially pay these losses a little quicker. But again, this is extremely risky. Or, on the other hand, I can get a job, work in the mornings, and then do freelancing stuff in the evenings, which is what I'm doing right now. And when I was in this process of figuring out what to do here, I was kind of in this predicament because I could easily go back to go being an engineer and get paid like 80 grand, let's say, base salary. I was looking at field engineers, like kind of what I was doing previously. And I know that that's a salary job, so forget doing any other type of gig. Now, I already had this hour-a-thon client that I was working with, so I needed to get a job that I could just do in the mornings, or I was going to have to let go of this client. So I do social media marketing for them, and I also do the MC stuff. Now, when I was looking for a job, a lot of jobs are 9 to 5. And so trying to do these hour-a-thons, these fundraisers, would have been really impossible. So I was pretty much narrowed down to what kind of job I could actually pick based off of the hours. And so ended up applying for this job, got the job on the day I went to the interview, actually. They really, really liked me to the point where that day they called me to offer me the job, said yes, now I'm working it. And essentially I had the option to either go be an engineer, or I could do what I'm doing, is work a morning job and then do evening gigs. Now, the problem with being an engineer is that when it comes to the grand scheme of things, I don't even know if I would actually make more money, because I remember they tricked me when I went to go first work as an engineer. Yeah, sure, I was getting paid this package of like 80 to 100 grand. Okay, so the base was like 82,000, but there was extras that totaled to over 100 grand that they would give, whether that was like in your 401k or contributing to your HSA. If you guys don't know what that is, that's a health savings account. You literally get that money. So all in total, the package was like over 100 grand. And, I was 21 years old and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I want to go do this. But the problem was that some days I was working 3 a.m. to 8 p.m. And when I had calculated it out, I was making so little money, less than $20 an hour. As a new engineer, 200 grand in engineering debt, thinking I'm going to get paid way more than this, So I could go to that type of job and know that, yes, maybe I might have that high salary, or I could pick this. Obviously, I picked this scheduling thing. But anyway, the whole reason why I was saying that was because I could either go work a job or I could go take on more projects. The problem is that I can lose money on these projects and I can dig myself deeper into a hole. And when it comes to risk tolerance right now, that's not something I want to do. I'm still having to pay off the financial losses for these projects. So these 2 projects that I just had, and I'll make a video on it. It's honestly just like so hard to talk about it because, I'm still in the middle of it, but I finally sold one, which I thought it was going to sell for 515. I had an exact comp replica at 515, and guess what it sold for? 410,000. And in the middle of it, I got offers at the freaking price I bought it for. That's how shitty the market has been. And then this other house, guys, when I bought this house, I bought the second house. I bought it for 272. When I was in contract, this seller, before I remodeled it, got another offer for 330,000, which means as is, it was probably worth 330,000, okay, when I bought it. So I was like, this is a smacking good deal, Like somebody already wants to buy it at 330. If I put money into it, someone's going to want to buy it for more. Now, I put 35 grand into it. So I'm probably all in at like a little bit over 300. Obviously, there's holding costs and all that stuff. And then having to pay commission, closing costs, all of that. That's going to put me at that like 310, 320. I'm thinking I'm going to sell it for 350. But guys, I'm in contract right now at 323. That's lower than the offer that this seller got when I bought the house as is. So again, this market trend is just... And we're in Utah, so the winter just affects it extremely heavily. But I'm just rambling at this point. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to share with you guys a real and raw of what's going on in my life. What have I been up to since quitting flipping houses? Now, guys, I'd love to continue bringing you on for the journey. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you guys and see you on the next video. Hey, watch this video next. YouTube really thinks you're going to like it.